would you say that you feeling like yourself today?
Am I feeling like myself today? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you describe that as?
Like, I'm not upset at anything. There's nothing that's like I'm too happy about. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm good. I'm content right now.
You have a routine you start your day with?
Yeah.
What's that?
I wake up and then I just take care of my skin. That's about it. Like,
So you got a self-care routine, just
facts.
like a Korean.
Facts.
I respect that.
For me, because I feel like I gotta keep my skin looking like a certain way. To some people that might come off as weird or whatever, but I don't care. For me, the thing that I like about myself is my skin. So I take care of it.
Yeah, you got
But right
routine.
now I've been, I got some scarring right here, but it's okay.
The camera not even picking at it up. I'm sure your skin looks great on camera.
It is?
You be all right. Yes. I mean, from what I can see, it's looking good.
It's glowing?
I ain't gonna go that far. I ain't go that far.
Fresh. Appreciate it though, real shit.
Well, who are you and what do you do?
So, my name is Mr. Montana. For those who don't know, I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut. I was actually born in Norwalk though, but raised in Bridgeport. I lived in Stanford for a period of time, but I'm a Bridgeport kid for me.
How much time you spend in each of these areas?
So my mom, let me try to remember. So my mom was living in Bridgeport when she was pregnant with me. She just had me in Norwalk because she stayed in Norwalk for 2 weeks. After those 2 weeks, I went right back to Bridgeport, like as like a newborn baby. Then I stayed in Norwalk only for like summers because I had like family members over there.
Okay.
Like great grandmothers, aunts, stuff like that.
Okay.
I moved to Stanford. I did kindergarten through 3rd grade in Stanford. And then I came back to Bridgeport for the 4th grade, and I've been here ever since.
Ever since.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel like, because you clearly say Bridgeport was majority of your life.
Facts.
How do you feel like growing up in Bridgeport shaped you?
I feel like it makes me see things like black and white.
Can you go into detail on that? Like, what does that mean?
Like, I don't really see like gray area in like a lot of situations. It's more like, I think more as a matter of fact when it comes to situations.
Okay.
And I feel as if I could attest to that by just saying Bridgeport played a role in how like the people treat you. It's like when you go to other places, people might be a little bit more nicer, might hold the door open for you, so on and so forth. But Bridgeport is more like a man eat man world in a way.
So that's why you see it. It's like black and white. It is or it ain't. You with me or you not?
Exactly. So it's no real like trying to be nice to everybody type of feel in the city. It's kind of like a melting pot of hate.
So I have to ask you. So do you see yourself like not holding doors for people? Is that a reality for you?
I mean, not just not holding doors, but that was just an example of like things that you could like expect out of a Bridgeport person.
Yeah.
The dialect, the aggressive like tone when speaking to somebody, like you just become like used to that. So in my regular conversation, I might not see what I'm saying as aggressive, but somebody else might.
I see what you mean.
And it's just because that's just how everybody talk.
Well, yeah, or in the environment, it's just what it is. It's how you communicate.
Facts.
But I also felt like and part of that, like we talked about the anger, like some people will be pessimistic about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are you pessimistic?
I wouldn't say pessimistic. I'll probably say like sometimes like the way I deliver things may come off as pessimistic, but I'll try to see the good in things before I see, the bad things.
So, well, do you express the good in things then? Because you said the way I come off might be pessimistic, but
it's just that like sometimes when I say things, it like comes off as comical in a way. So
Okay.
people will remember more of the negative than they remember the positive. Real shit.
I get you. I
Real
get you
shit.
because I definitely want to touch on that at some point.
Word.
Um, can you give me a? You talked about growing up in Bridgeport. Give me a little bit. Give the people a little information about achievement first
Alright,
and your experience there.
so achievement first, it was the middle school I had went to. It's on the east side. So I went there in the 5th grade. But before going to achievement first, I went to Waltersville. So me and my mom had just got our own spot on Sanford Ave. It's in the hollow of Bridgeport. So I don't know if like anybody watching is familiar with like the dynamics of
What street
Bridgeport.
you said again?
Sanford Ave.
Okay, keep going.
So that's in the hollow. It's like if you know where the Greens is, it's on the Greens is on like Highland and Washington Ave.
Okay,
Sanford Ave is literally the block right after that.
got you.
So my mom just got there and she didn't really know too much about like schools and stuff, like what was a good school, what wasn't. So she threw me in Waltersville first. She didn't want me to go to Columbus because it was too close to where I lived at. She wanted like a little bit of distance for me to like actually be a kid. I wanted freedom, little kid stuff, thinking I want stuff and not really knowing. So I went to Waltersville. Long story short, Waltersville was one of those bad public schools where it's damn near a fight every day. Feel me? You cussing out the teacher, so on and so forth, whatever. So there I wasn't learning nothing, but I was always smart though.
Okay.
But when I went to the reason why my mom transferred me out of that school into AFBA was because of like she just didn't feel as if like I was going to be able to reach my full potential academically at that type of school, and she was right. At AFBA, what happens is you take a test in like the beginning because it's a lottery. So like you go in there and you say, I want my kid to be enrolled in here. They throw your kid's like application into like a lottery of other kids in there, and then you'll take like a little test of stuff like reading comprehension test, whatever. You'll do like some math, fill in the blank stuff, stuff like that. So when I did all those tests, it was like, yo, they told my mom, like, yo, your son reads on the 3rd grade reading level and going into the 5th grade.
Yeah.
She was like,
What's
what?
going
3rd
on?
grade reading level? What the fuck? So even if my son don't get into the school, I gotta at least take him out of Waltersville, bring him somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because he going to the 5th grade, but he's behind on his reading and comprehension. But my math was always exceptional.
Okay.
So I ended up going to AFBA. AFBA was cool.
Sorry to interrupt, but I feel like a lot of black people are like really good at math and end up with those like behind reading scores.
Yeah.
I don't know what behind that. What do you think that? Why do you think that was for you?
I just wasn't reading as much.
So what were you doing with math?
Math just came naturally. It was just easy for me. I remember it was like this thing to where it was like the multiplication tables, and they would print out like 100 problems, and they would give us like 2 minutes to do it. I'll always be the first one in my class to finish it.
Just going through it.
Facts. Just going through the whole thing. I was just nice like that. Like math just came easy. School low key just became easy because to me it was just like boring because I already knew what to do, and I already knew like if I lock into school, I could be one of the best scholars anybody could ever meet. But it's just like I don't know. I never really did. It just came easy. But when it came to reading, why I was behind in reading something you got to do consistently to stay good at.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't have to consistently do math to stay good at certain things.
Okay. So do you have any what are your favorite memories that like going through achievement first? And what did you end up going to high school then? I thought achievement first was like a middle school, high school type of thing.
Yeah. So wait, which one you want me to answer first? The memories one or where I went to high school at?
Go to memories first.
All right. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like that was a great time of my life. It really was. Like I was a kid, no responsibilities, no nothing. Like, yeah, gee.
Take your
Damn.
time, my guy. Take your time.
Excuse me. But nah, that's crazy. Okay. So look, I used to go to school late on purpose.
So you didn't have a bus to school?
I did.
So if you were late, how'd you get there?
So it was me and everybody had like their little middle school clique, their little middle school group or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just around the time like Kick was popping. It was Kick, Vine, like around that time of social media, right? So we was all in like a Kick group or whatever. And then we would like tell each other like we're gonna miss the bus on purpose, or let's say your mom walk you to the bus that day. When you get on the bus, you're just gonna tell the bus driver that you gotta pee or something, so they don't let you leave. The bus driver, they're supposed to keep you on the bus until what the principal or one of the school administrators comes out and tells you to let the kids off. But if you say you gotta go to the bathroom, all they gotta do is let the person in the front know that they letting a child out to go use the bathroom, and then at times they'll just wave them on, and then you could go. So it was this store, it's called Caribe, little corner store in there, and then me and all my friends, we used to go in there and just cool it, like just kick it in there. And then the people behind the counter was like cool people, like we was on like a first name basis with them. And we knew that we was officially late when all the buses left. It was like 6 buses. So when all 6 buses like hit that corner and went down the block, we was like, all right, bet, we can leave now. We can all go to school. It was just because we just wanted to be with each other more, because we all was spotting like different classes and stuff like that. Because at AFBA, the teachers transition, not the students. So you'll be in one class all day.
The whole day?
Yeah, for like different topics. The students didn't start transitioning until I got to high school.
Mm.
But yeah, those were good times. We used to go to the cafeteria in the mornings just to eat the breakfasts together, and then take hella long to get to class.
Just being with your people. Huh?
Just being with the people, yeah.
Do you still have friendships with those people?
Some. But over time, like, you know how it go.
Yeah.
Like, you get older, people just, want different things out of life. So it's not like no hate. It's just that, I wanted this, you wanted this. It made no sense for 2 people to be interested in 2 things, 2 different things to stay together. Yeah. So you drift apart.
I don't ask people this often, but what made you choose the person you chose for me to speak to? I remember I asked you, I was a lot of choosing, right?
Yeah.
But remember I texted you and I said, who can I speak to for you?
Oh, yeah.
What made you choose that person?
Okay. Because I feel as if that person can really speak to you from like what they knew me from school. I got two separate friend groups though. And it was like that on purpose. I was one of those kids that was always like too smart for my own good.
Okay.
So the person I sent you is a person who could tell you about like one part of my life, and that's a major part. And then I feel as if we could speak on that, and I could throw in some of like my personal stuff that person may not have remembered to tell you, or probably just didn't experience, and I could bring light to. Right.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
So I have to ask though, like, what's this other half that you seem to be hiding?
Hiding is the word though. Hiding is the word.
We're just trying to be black and white.
It really is. It really is. It's because I feel like if I'm being completely honest, because I want to be vulnerable here. Like, I don't want to, for me, like, hold up no fronts, like, because I could do it on my own platforms. For this one, I want to be, like, vulnerable, you are, if that's cool with you.
Of course, that's what I want.
I bet. So, I was embarrassed, bro, if I'm being 100% honest with you, for me. I was embarrassed at how I was living. It was me, my mom, and her boyfriend at the time. My mom had me young. She was in high school. She was like 15 when she had me. So my mom didn't get to like really experience like, life or anything. She sacrificed a lot for me.
Yeah.
So she didn't really have bread like that. So the reason why we lived on in the hollow to begin with was because that was the only space like my mom and her boyfriend would be able to afford.
Okay.
So while we was over there, the typical, roaches, rats, mice, all that. We had a bad landlord. So my mom, it's like the tenants versus the landlord type of vibe. Like
Yeah.
for me, we telling him we need help with certain things. He not responding. He not answering those phone calls, but he'll call you and still want the
Like, be like they
money.
need paid.
You get what I'm saying? So we on some, fuck him, he on some, you know what I mean? So we had like that bad relationship, but my mom made sure she paid though. So it was a lot of things that was wrong. Like, for example, like we ain't had no furniture. So if I had friends over or anybody over, there would be nowhere for them to sit. There would be nothing for them to watch. Because we had no TV. My bathroom was for me because I got used to it, but I would have to explain to you how to flush the toilet. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like how you had to do it was you had to fill up a pitcher with water, then you had to take the top off the toilet, put it on like the sink. You got to pull the chain while pouring the water into the toilet so that the water will flush through.
Whew.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? Now
Whew.
imagine going to school and telling and letting people from school know about what you got going on at home. For me, so in my head, I'm like, well, I don't gotta let the people at school know what I'm really going through. I don't want them to really see what it is for me at home, because that's gonna make my school life drastically different. In school, it's like an escape for me. I could be a different person at school. At home, when I'm not with y'all, I gotta adapt to certain things. I gotta adapt to my environment. But when I'm at school, I could be the person I want. I could be cool, laid back, make jokes, play ball, do stuff like that. But at home,
be a kid, like you said, right?
yeah. But at home, I gotta, be more aware of what's going on. That's how I learn about like the different sides of the city and who's into who cool with who, for me, stuff like that, from that type of mindset. But yeah. So the person I chose, he know a lot about the school version of me. But the at home version of me is different.
Did he ever find out about that home version of you?
He know bits and pieces.
Okay. Does anybody know?
Yeah.
Okay. Are those people still in your life?
Here and there, not as much though. Cause when your mom lose the house, and you gotta move to different parts of the city and you don't got a phone.
You can't maintain the relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard, man. That's hard. Do you have any siblings?
Mm-hmm.
How many?
3. I got 2 brothers and a sister. Same father, different mother.
Same father, different mother. All the siblings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have a favorite sibling?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to divulge that. I'm not gonna put that pressure on you.
Okay. I can say it though. I don't care.
Oh, then drop it.
It's my sister.
I respect it because I got a tattoo of my favorite sibling.
But she left, so I'm kind of upset about that.
What do you mean?
Like she live in Georgia now.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
Do you stay in touch?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was just talking to her the other day.
That's good.
But she doing good though. She just had a son, and she got a daughter already. Her daughter like 2 years old.
Shout out to her. I want to go back to we're gonna go a little back to when you introduced yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You said your name was Mr. Montana.
Facts.
How you end up with that name?
So at first my name was Big Mike. Nobody know about that though.
Big Mike.
Yeah, nobody know about that though.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
We gotta keep that one away because I'm trying to figure out where the hell you get Mike from.
All right, so now this go back to being on Sanford Ave, right? So we had a hoop at the top of the block, and all the guys, like, they older than me. I'm like 11 or 12 at the time, and all the guys, they like 18, 19, 20, 21. So like, they more advanced, they seeing more things than me, right? So they the ones that put me on or whatever. So I'm still watching stuff like Medea, maybe a couple episodes of SpongeBob, Drake and Josh. I'm in that part of my life. And they watching Scarface and Tony Montana.
Yeah.
And, we in 2 different, mindsets. So, and they watch all the sport movies and stuff before me. So you ever saw The Blind Side?
Yeah.
So you know the character Mike, the fat the lineman.
Yeah, the lineman.
So at the time, I looked like him in the face. So they called me. So I was Big Mike. I was little real shit. I was Big Mike.
Yo, I love the hood, yo.
Real shit. I was Big Mike. Where the bro? I was Big Mike. I was Lil Meek Mill.
I can see that.
Cause this when DC1 dropped, the first Dream Chasers. And then after that, that's when the guys started watching, you know, Scarface or whatever. And then French Montana is out rapping. There's some nigga from Chicago named Montana 300 out bugging. So you got Tony Montana, French Montana, Montana 300, and then I'm just there on some. I like all three of these things. For me, so then Montana just came about. So at first I was Montana BBT, and the BBT obviously meant for Bridgeport. And that was a spin-off of the Montana 300 rapper from Chicago. But then after a while, what made me switch it from Montana BBT was because at first I was making reaction videos before. I'm pretty sure we can get into like what I do like, on the net later. Excuse me. So at first I was making reaction videos, right? And my name was at the time still Montana BBT, but I changed it to Mr. Montana for the reactions only because when I went to college the first time, everything about me was Montana BPT. Even down to like my PlayStation username.
Okay.
So I will write. So one day in class, I'm in school in Pennsylvania playing basketball, right? So I'm in class one day, and one of my teammates is in the same class as me. We got this old lady teacher. She like in her 60s, 70s. So we not thinking nothing about it. Like for me, it's like it was a psychology class. But with her class, it felt more like a conspiracy theory class. Like she was saying anything.
She was on that timing.
Yeah, like on some whatever for me. But yeah,
just before we go off of that, the psychology teachers definitely always be on one. I feel like they all got this like quirk to them.
Weird though.
It be lit though. I can't lie. The honesty. I love the honesty where they just like. I feel like they don't have a line they won't cross in the conversation. Just to be real.
Nah, but I'm telling you, like the teacher I had, like she would wear like certain necklaces to block like the
block the what?
She would say like she would wear like a necklace and it's supposed to block like the 5G coming from like the cellular tower. She said she had like a flip phone. She would never buy Android. She would never buy iPhone because of, I guess the radiation.
I'm telling you, quirky.
Real shit.
I can't
that was lie. A vibe.
I had a friend that he was on that type of timing too. Like one summer, everything just switched and he was just different.
Yeah, on some
weird. He had like a sticker on the back of his phone, like a big ass sticker. I'm like, what is that? He's like, yeah, because you know there's that radiation coming from the phone. Like, yeah, you're right. All right.
So yeah,
but I ain't gonna order that. But yeah, but keep going.
That's what you are. So so in class, I'm writing down my PlayStation name. It was Montana BPT 0035. But on the PlayStation, it pop up as one word. So it's not Montana space BBT. It's all one put together. So when I write it on a note and pass it to him, she being the old head teacher, she see that I pass him a note. So she goes, she open it and she try to read it. You get what I'm saying? She trying to read this shit, but she didn't know how to say it. The only thing that she saw was Montana. So it's literally Montana BBT, like altogether one word, but she can only read Montana. You get what I'm saying? So she was like, oh, so you're this Mr. Montana guy. Montana, this is you. I'm like, yeah, this is me. She said, all right, just don't pass no more notes in my class. I'm going to have to kick you out next time. I said, all right, whatever. Boom. She turned around. I wrote another note, passed it to him without her seeing towards the end of class. And then after that day, I'm like, you know, that actually sounds cool. So then I just turned it to that.
Okay. Well, I respect that. It's the time is interesting because I got like last week something. I saw a comment. Somebody posted a video of some artist saying they sampled this song. They'd be like, "Oh, this is where they got the sample from Kingdom Hearts," but it was a sample that French Montana had used years ago on Sanctuary, and just had me listen. I've been listening to French Montana all week, and the music is still fire.
It's cool.
Oh, you want it done?
It's cool. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I don't know. I feel like there's a period of time, because we're gonna get into the reaction videos and what you're doing. Well, French, was owning the summers back to back to back.
Oh, for sure.
Like there was no question about that. And before, like when we're talking about when Mac Miller was alive, like the mixtapes was crazy.
Mm.
But you said you were doing reaction videos. How did you get into that?
All right. So boom. It's a story behind that too. For before reaction videos, I was doing vlogs. Like I would vlog off my phone.
Out in PA?
Yeah. It started in Pennsylvania first whole time.
Okay.
And I was on some bored college kid shit, like just wanting something to do, whatever. I'm telling the guys I want to like vlog and make challenge videos and shit. So we doing that around campus or whatever. I'm getting in trouble on campus every day. Well, not every day, but like every week it was something new for me just because I wanted to make videos or whatever. But whatever. But I saw that people was like fucking with me, like in my personality and stuff. But my problem with that was like I was gaining subscribers and stuff like that, but I was just like inconsistent. Like I would take hella breaks.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what to record. 1, 2, I'm playing ball, so I'm going to practice. I'm going to like live. I'm doing, basketball related stuff. I still got class and stuff. So it's like, I didn't really have the time to do it. So when I did, I'll see that, I got good reception from it. So I end up OD slacking on the vlogs and then start doing reactions on some. I just want something to do that's I could do consistently and I don't really need anybody's help to do. Because with the vlogs, you kind of got to reach out to people and not teach them, but like encourage them like, yo, like when I got the camera on, act this way or do this or say this way, or just pray that they got a good enough personality for it to be on camera. But when you do reactions, you can just do it by yourself.
Do you know what your first reaction video was? Do you remember?
I know I was reacting to a girl saying something about men.
So are you still doing reaction videos now?
Nah, I'm about to start though. Cause that was something I was just that's literally crazy. I was in the bed yesterday looking at my YouTube studio for my reaction channel. And I remember what it looked like when I was being hella consistent, and then what it looked like now. It's like, yo, bro, like if I just kept, because I was doing it for a year for me, and I gained like 543 subs in a year. And then when I was on my consistent stuff, because you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time to get monetized on YouTube. When I was being hella consistent, I had 530 something subscribers, and I had like 3,800 something hours of watch time. So niggas was watching my videos like enough to almost be there, but I just stopped. And why I stopped, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't know.
You said you wouldn't be able to tell me?
Yeah, because I really don't know.
Okay.
But I'm about to get back into them now. I'm about to get a new camera.
Are you going to use the same channel?
Yeah.
What's the channel name?
Mr. Montana.
Okay. Everything on brand. I like it.
Facts. Facts.
But you said you're about to get a new camera.
Yeah, I'm about to get a new camera. And I'm about to just get back on it, bro. I feel like that could be my specific content that I do. And I still got, an audience there for me. Niggas still ask me for reactions to this day. And I haven't reacted to a video in 8 months. It was the last time like 8 going on 9 months was my last video.
Because how I first heard of you was my boy he came to me and he was like, yeah, I got this idea to do this, and the third. I'm like, all right, that sounds great. Who are you going to who's going to put this together? Who's going to be your host?
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I got this person. They do these reaction videos. I want to start them to do reaction videos for me. And he had a lot of positive things to say.
Nice.
So it was very cool to see the transition. Do you want to talk about like how you found yourself in that transition?
Yeah, facts. So I was doing reaction videos. And now, mind you, this around the time like it's quarantine still, but the world's still kind of like opening up. So I'm just doing the videos or whatever, but podcasts start like blowing up. This is when I started watching like $1,000,000 Worth of Game, My Expert Opinion with Math Hoffa, what else? Joe Budden. Just a lot of podcasts started like coming on my radar, and I started watching a lot of them. and I became interested in podcasting to begin with. And I always wanted to have my own. I just didn't know how I wanted to go about it. So at first, I still was doing the reactions, and Kai, his name is, had he the owner of the Pop Out Artist network. He came up with this idea to do like pop out reactions. And he had like a couple people that was doing it already, but I was the first one to do it though. On the channel, cause I already do that, so I brought that to the for me. Or so it was cool, and then afterwards he had came up with the idea to do what was known at first as What's Poppin' Connecticut, which was just going to be like a little 15-20 minute talk show, or to where we talk about the events, the latest news, stuff like that that's going on in the Connecticut music scene, and I was all for it. In the process of that, I ended up doing another podcast out in New Haven. It's called the Killer Mix Podcast. I ended up doing that as a guest, and I'm like, yo, I could actually like get with this podcast. Like, it's cool. Sitting down and doing that made me really like stamped it for me, because I used to watch the podcast at first, but then I was a part of it. So now I'm like, okay, yeah, I actually like this, And then we doing the talk show. And the talk show wasn't necessarily a podcast, you feel me? It's just, 15 minutes of, news, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's
that mixed
what's
with
the
the
talk
podcast.
show? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Huh?
What's the talk show?
It was What's Poppin' Connecticut at first.
Okay.
But then later on, it was CMC, Connecticut Music Culture. So a mixture of doing the talk show and actually being a guest on somebody else's podcast made me want to do mine. So then I came up with the idea. I'm like, yo, I want to do podcasting. And then we went through different phases with What's Poppin' Connecticut. We had to change the name from What's Poppin' Connecticut to Connecticut Music Culture, CMC. We went through different host ideas, different setups, so on and so forth. And now it's Montana Speaks. It's my own talk show. It's just me. I just get up there, I speak on whatever I see, and I just talk shit, basically. And then people like it. It's been helping my page. It's been helping the Pop Artist page and, the YouTube, all that. So, I'm cool with that. And on the talk show, and then I started my own podcast, What's the Vybz Podcast, with me, my boy BBO Flock. He like a promoter. He got his own radio show. He a DJ. He's an artist. And now he's a podcaster.
So
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. So we said, What's the Vybz? Is just you and BBO Flock?
Nah, it's me, Flock. It's my boy JR. This is lit. He a producer. He throw events too. He got some sound. He got an event coming up out in New York called Soundcheck. Him and DJ SNS, Davies, a couple people. And then my boy Mike Lowry, White Mike. I don't know what the fuck he do, but he do podcasts and that. But you gotta know Mike to know what he do. Like if you go on his page, you're not gonna know like that he's connected with people. He just know people. You get what I'm saying? So he could connect you with somebody, and y'all can work on time together.
All right, shout out to Mike.
That's Mike.
Shout out to White Mike. I really respect the fact that, like you, as you said, like it sounds like there were so many different changes and obstacles that you were able to overcome, but you still stuck through and said, like, when you found out, like, this is what I want to do, you was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do.
Fact.
And like, even to like, when I said like, what was the talk show, and he was like, I completely forgot, honestly, that it was What's Poppin' Connecticut, and then it was CMC, and I do remember CMC being it's you and somebody else, and then they had a different host, and now it's like Montana Speaks, and I've seen those reaction videos, and the shit makes me laugh. I can't lie. Like one specifically that I think of often is the Krishan Jr.
Oh, the shit I just did.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
That shit is pretty funny. That's definitely funny. But with doing all this, like, what's your long-term goal?
My long-term goal, honestly, is I want my podcast to do good. I want to live off, podcasts. I am in college though for sports management, so I ultimately want to have like my own team, my own AAU team.
Okay.
So I want to use my degree for that. Because I got a admiration for coaching and ownership too. So I want to own it and coach it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
I want to do
it's
that.
that process. So do you have experience coaching
Yeah, I coach my old AAU team, Kings Kids.
right now?
Yeah.
How old are these kids?
They 5th and 6th graders.
That's pretty cool. How long have you been doing that?
I took breaks, so I did it for like a year before I went to college. Because I was going to college at PA, so it didn't make sense. Like, it wasn't possible for me to do. But then when I got kicked out of my first school, I did it again for like a couple months, and then stopped. Because I went back to school, which I am in now, and then I just started doing it again now. So I'll probably say in total, if I add up all like the on again, off again parts of it, I'll probably say like a year and a couple months.
Okay. What's your favorite part about coaching?
Being able to talk to the kids about stuff outside of basketball. Like connect, like why it matters to know. Like if you a point guard and you a kid, you know it's your job to know like what everybody's job is that's around you. And understanding like your environment, like and knowing what to do in specific situations, you got to be in control of everything that's around you. So being able to connect like things in basketball to like real world things for them is the best part for me.
Okay. Teaching them like that real world experience and how
Facts.
basketball makes them better people.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's dope. I do want to touch on, you just said you got kicked out of school?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
So I was playing ball and I end up like getting a concussion in the back of my head. And then after that, coming down from a dunk, thinking I was John Morant. You feel me? I missed the dunk, but whatever.
It didn't even go down, guys.
It didn't even go down. Like to this day, if I would have laid the ball up instead of trying to dunk, I probably would have still been playing ball like now.
That's
but it
crazy.
is what it is. After that, I ended up getting in trouble because I was one of those kids that didn't know what I liked outside of basketball. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out, like, you know, what's my way, like, what's my thing now? Because school wasn't something that I liked for real. Like I said earlier, like, it was just easy. I get bored with school. Like, I never studied. Like, I don't study. The homework is studying for me. I was never a kid that will stay up and study something, like, and lose sleep trying to study. I was never that. Like, I could do the work, like the homework, and then take the test and be able to pass it, 90, 95, whatever.
I have to ask, though. You're in school right now.
Facts.
Do you still find yourself as being that type of student?
Yeah.
And successful?
Yeah.
All right. God bless. God bless.
Don't start. And I take more classes now than ever. I take 5 classes a semester.
Okay.
For me, like, it's the same jump. But I ended up getting kicked out, though, because one of my friends had came up with the idea of having, like, it was a bunch of things. But the thing that started it was I wasn't playing ball anymore. And then my man's, his name Gio, and my roommate at the time, his name was Kyle. I'm never going to forget them niggas. You feel me? I'm never going to forget them ever. For me, they had came up, and Dantes, too, where the bro, had came up with the idea to start selling jungle juice out the room.
Oh, my God.
For me, because
in your dorm?
In my dorm, like, they pulled up with the cooler, all that, made the jungle juice in my room for me. And I'm like, yo, bro, I don't really, like, I'm not going to sell it, but I could, like, my roommate involved in it. Y'all might as well just use my room. Like, I don't care. For me, I'm not going to be a part of nothing. I'm not going to sell no cups. I'm not going to help y'all make it nothing because I'll drink, yeah, but, like, I'd rather smoke than drink. You get what I'm saying? So I wasn't really with, like, the jungle juice shit. You get what I'm saying? So
I got you.
So I leave out. I remember the day like it was yesterday, bro. I leave out, right? And it's some shit called the Pagoda in Reading, Pennsylvania. The Pagoda is like, it's like a, damn. To get there, you got to go up a hill. You got to like swirl up a hill type shit. And the whole pagoda is like a tower. And they got like LED lights on it. And then every night is like, it'd be like red. And it's like over like the skyline. Like if you go there, you can see like the whole city of Reading type shit.
There's a vibe up there.
Yeah. So I'm up there with the guys. We be smoking. We, doing, regular nigga shit. You get what I'm saying? And I'm connected with people that's from different, like, states. I was cooling with the guys from Philly, Baltimore, some people from, like, Brooklyn, stuff like that. I was the only kid from Connecticut there. So I'm in there learning, like, different cultures, how they speak on different things. Like, If I ask you, what do you think a half a baby is?
I would have no idea.
It's an eighth of weed.
Half a baby?
It's an eighth of weed.
And what
In Baltimore.
Baltimore, somebody said I need half a baby. They need an eighth of weed.
Baby. They need an eighth of weed. You get
Half
what I'm
a
saying?
baby?
I don't know how it correlate, but that's their lingo. That's how they give it up. So that's what we was talking about while we was in the car.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Which is why I remember, you feel me? That's why I brought it up. We get back to the dorm, I'm fried. You get what I'm saying? Me and the guys go, it was me and my man's, his name is Rome. He's from Virginia. Where? I forget, but I know he's from Virginia. We go back to my room. I lived on the 3rd floor. My room was right out, like right next to the staircase. So as soon as you open the staircase, my room was right there. You get what I'm saying? Once I open the door, I see a line of people outside my room, line long as shit. I'm like, damn, these niggas really. I'm like, yo, these niggas is bugging, but I don't give a fuck. I'm fried. So I go in the room, I'm playing 2K. All I start to see is people coming in and out of the room. My room was like a whole party. Like, you feel me? It's red Solo cups everywhere. It's bottles everywhere. It's bitches in the room. You feel me? I'm like, yo, bro, this look bad. Feel me? And I'm fried. But I don't got no weed on me, though. I just smoked all of it. Like, usually you'll save some for later on. But to this day, I'm glad I smoked all of it because I could have got booked for that. You get what I'm saying? If they found weed in my room, they don't play that.
Extra stuff.
Exactly. They don't play that. Like, I could have went to jail for that, bro. But whatever. So the RA, when they doing their rounds, they see that, it's a lot of people outside of my room and it's music playing. Mm-hmm. So the RA, she was cool a little bit, but she had knocked on the door. And then when my mans opened the door, not even my roommate, my mans opened the door. Right? But as he's going to go open the door, all you hear is, hide that shit. Like, the girls speak loud as shit. Like, I'm sitting there on the game. All you hear is,
you high as fuck. Just what's going on?
Yeah, like playing the game. They talking about hide that shit, hide that. I'm like, what? They hide all the red Solo cups, all the bottles, all type of shit. I'm like, yo, y'all was loud as fuck. Like, I'm sitting there mad now. Like, you feel me? Because when the RA knock on your door, they gotta announce themselves. RA, right? So you niggas heard RA and loudly said hide that shit. You think she not gonna like wonder what was to that? All the RA need is like suspicion. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So she knocked on the door. My man's opened the door and she said, originally I came in here to tell y'all to turn the music down, but I heard people say hide that shit. So now it give me suspicion to have security come check y'all room. I'm like, oh my God. Fuck it, whatever. So now we all gotta stand up. I gotta pause the game, put my controller down. Security show up. They taking everybody IDs. Now, here's the part, though, right? At the time, I'm 18. You get what I'm saying? So this 4 years ago. I'm 18. They get my name, my ID number, my room number, all that. They going around the room or whatever. So first, we already getting booked for underage drinking. That's one. Mm-hmm. Then we going down for selling the jungle juice out the room. But it ended up being on my list of like fractions. That's what they call it? Sanctions, my fault. My list of sanctions, even though I didn't sell anything, but it was on that list, whatever. Right? But what made it bad was some girl who pulled up, she had brought like 2 of her cousins that didn't go to the school and was 16. And they in there drinking with us.
They were in your room.
Yeah. Drinking with us.
Yeah.
You feel me? Red Solo cup, but they by themselves. You get what I'm saying? They to them. So it was never on no, we think y'all did something. It was on something like, yo, yeah, they in here drinking. All y'all are underage, but they not even 18 for real. So it looked bad on everybody in the room. So we all got punishments for that, but mine and my roommate one was just worse. So long story short, they end up searching the room, finding all the red Solo cups, all the bottles. We end up leaving or whatever. Then I end up having to go meet with the president, the athletic director, which at the time the athletic director was the head basketball coach. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. The RA that came to our room that day and the head of public safety. So we all in there talking about what happened, whatever. And then it came to the point to where they said I couldn't bowl, one because of my condition, my concussion, and two because of the selling the jungle juice out the room. For me, I couldn't do nothing for that semester. So I'm like, whatever. Well, for that year, basically, of basketball.
Yeah.
So for me, I couldn't do nothing outside of academic stuff. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Then I had to do like community service hours, stuff like that. I had to fine or whatever. So then after I get that situated, I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not playing ball. I wasn't already playing ball because of my concussion. Then on top of that, I got this going on. You get what I'm saying? I'm about to just enjoy being a college kid for me. So then I start going to all the functions. I'm smoking on campus. I'm coming back to my room smelling like hella dirty. I'm going to my man's room, cobbing up hella weed. You feel me? I'm going to the white people party, smoking up their weed.
Just enjoying everything.
Just enjoying everything. I'm going to the kickbacks for the bitches. For me, I had sex with a white girl. Like, you get what I'm saying, bro? Like, I was enjoying life. Like, where the mommy? Like,
yo, you say that like it's like it was almost a crime or something.
Yeah. I'm type traumatized about that. We could really talk about that if you niggas want to.
But you tell me, why were you traumatized by that?
Gang, so I get the white bitch. For me, I get her in at a little function. So the basketball team end up winning the conference championship my sophomore year at Albright.
Okay.
So we end up going up there to like the apartments for like the little function that they had. And I go up there. My mans end up peeping like they little group first. He ended up talking to one of them. She was like regular chopped or whatever. I didn't care. She was a white girl for me. Now a lot of them look attracted to me anyway, but I just did it just because for that day. So then I end up going to the other one. You feel me? It was on some, pick who you want type shit. So then I go up there, I pick, my little joint, whatever. You feel me? And I'm talking to her, and she already fucking with me off rip. Like, I'm not even saying nothing, like, too crazy to her. Like, I'm barely even spitting crack to her here. Like,
she was just on that type of timing.
Yeah, like, whatever I said she was going for. So I'm like, all right, whatever for me. Later on that day, I get her to agree to come to a kickback in my man's room. Because he, like, after parties, he throw in, like, his room. So, like, it'd be like a lounge spot, basically. For me, he had the big speaker or whatever. So then we end up going to the little kickback in my man's room. For me, it's like 4 guys, about 6 or 7 girls. We in there cooling. For me, all the girls end up leaving but her, the joint I was with. You feel me? So now we not about to stay in my man's room. We about to walk across the hall to go to my room. I get in there, and long story short, one thing lead to another. I'm smacking shit. I'm starting to smell something.
No.
But I'm still smacking.
No.
Yeah, bro. I'm still smacking, you are. Right? So it's this thing around campus to where like it's a couple farms in the area. And when they grow mushrooms, like you could smell it. You feel me? So I'm thinking it's that. You feel me? Like it's a thing. Like okay. On a random day, like you might smell it.
Sound like you just very hopeful.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking that it is. So I'm not paying no mind to it. I'll go close the window. Thinking it's that, because it's coming from outside. So I'll go back to clapping shit. Smell start getting worse. After I close the door, after I close the window. I'm damn. The fuck? So I get the faking the nut. Busted. Throw the condom away.
So, oh my God, you were the best.
Real shit. Fake a nut. You feel me? And throwing the condom away. Lay back in the bed for me. She like, yo, you want me to stay or you want me to go back to my room? No, I asked her. I said, you want to stay tonight or you want to go back to their room? She said, which one you want me to do? I said, you could go. She said, all right, bet. So then she get dressed or whatever, leave out the room. For me, I walk her to the door so she could leave. Mm-hmm. I go back to my room for me, and I'm like, now that, the lust is away, and I could really, like, think.
Address your situation.
Yeah, I'm smelling the room. I'm like, yo, gang. Nah, my room smell like burnt rubber, bro. Like, this not vibes. The fuck? So I called the guys. I'm like, yo, bro, like, come to my room, bro. This bitch stink. They came to my room. Room smelled crazy. You feel me? And then they showed up like 30 minutes after I told them to pull up, and the room still stunk, bro. So I'm like, yeah, nah. For me, no. I had to clean my sheets. I'm swept and mopped my floor, sprayed my room, all type of shit out the world. But I ain't gonna lie, I spun the block though.
Oh my goodness. I respect your honesty because that's peace. If that's your truth, that's your truth, brother.
I spun the block the next day because I don't really get into the bashing girl shit. You get what I'm saying? So I gave her the benefit of the doubt the first day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, maybe it's just me. You get what I'm saying? Maybe, she probably worked out before going. Maybe I threw off her pH balance. Maybe it's me. You feel me? The next day, you feel me? Maybe it might not be that. I spin back and it was the same situation. Move back. But then one of her friends, I'm in the video with one of her friends that the night of the second time I crack it. And she like, yo, like, a lot of guys been telling me like, yeah, like her shit stink. Like, you not the first person that brought this to my attention. I'm like, at least I know it's not me.
I hope that friend is bringing it to her attention.
That ain't my business.
That's not your business, but like, God bless, man, because that's tragic.
Word. But yeah, I ended up getting kicked out of school for like just doing like random stuff. Had a lot of infractions, and then I ended up getting like a job off campus at a warehouse. With my man Gio, he had set me up with it. And then I'm getting like $1,000 every 2 weeks. And on the college campus, like you feel like
you the man right now. Like what the fuck are you talking about right now?
Somebody, you feel me? But it was in the warehouse, bro. So we leaving campus at like 6. Work start at 7. And then we there all the way till like 4:30 in the morning. Then the drive was like an hour away from campus. That we stop at the Wawa. For those who've never been in like the Jersey, Pennsylvania area, Wawa is like Cumberland Farms.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we stop there, get some eats, and then go back to campus, shower, lay down. And I got a 10 a.m. class the next day. I'm asleep, bro. I'm missing that. You feel me? I'm not waking up until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I already missed both my classes at that point in time. You get what I'm saying? So then I'm going to work the next day.
So you were just working at that point?
At that point, this just felt like where I live at. Like, it didn't feel like school for me. But at the same time, like, I'll still knock out some assignments to the point to where I had like a couple C's. You feel me? But just my GPA wasn't like as high for me. But I took classes in the summer so that my amount of credits and my GPA was good enough to be able to like stay in that school. But what they didn't tell me was how I could pay for the summer courses. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know that your financial aid could cover the summer. I didn't learn that until I got to UB. But I was there. They told me I had to take out a loan before I could be able to come back on campus. And I didn't even have a line of credit at the time. So I was getting declined for all loans.
Damn, fucking your credit up.
You feel me? So then the people there didn't tell me, like at the financial aid office didn't tell me I could use my financial aid for the following year for the summer. You feel me? So it was on some, all right, whatever. I leave that. I end up coming back to the port for me having to work at Target. I'm pushing carts at Target. Feel me? While making reaction videos with the Houston Tonic for a semester. And now I'm at UB. Word.
You got a work ethic. You got a work ethic to you, bro.
Fact.
And I hope you give yourself credit for that, and people have recognized you for that, because like, a lot of people don't have that, to like run into all these different situations and still realize, you know what, I still gotta make life work regardless.
Fact.
Like, you know, like it's so easy to be a victim to all of that, because things happen. People feel like things happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than like your actions from years ago have led you here.
Things happen because of you.
You know what I mean? It's the probability. All we're doing is, what can I do today to increase the probability of some other shit?
Mm-hmm.
And when you acknowledge, like, all right, I kind of fucked up. I did this wrong. I did that wrong. You're like, all right, let me double back, or if I do it right this time, do these different things, I can be somewhere, you know?
Facts.
So I just want to really say, like, I respect that.
Appreciate it.
Are you somebody that sets New Year's resolutions? No? Why not?
I believe in like accomplishing small goals.
Okay.
And not setting a larger goal. Because like, I could say I want 10,000 followers by the end of this year and work hard towards it like damn near every day, but only get like 9,000. I still had a good year. I just didn't get that 10,000 mark. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just rather like every month for like make, small goals, so on and so forth.
Yeah. That's right. That it's like essentially falling in love with the journey. You know, like
Facts.
setting those smaller things that add up to incrementally to the larger goal. When's the last time you were proud of yourself?
The last time I was proud of myself was when I finally launched What's the Vibes, the
And
podcast.
what were you proud about?
The fact that like we was in the talks about making that podcast ever since like the Javante Davis Ryan Garcia fight.
I'm not really into boxing, so I don't even remember when that happened.
That was like April of
Okay.
like 2023.
Okay.
But we didn't actually get together and start until like November 11th. So it was a lot of talking, there was a lot of procrastinating, there was a lot of, yeah, I'm with it, da 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 da. It was a lot of talk. But I was able to finally get it together and like officially launch it on November 11th, 2023. So yeah,
Congratulations to that.
appreciate it.
What's your release schedule?
My release schedule is still complicated. Right. So
As you put it
baby
together.
steps.
All right, I like
Baby
it.
steps.
But
Small goals.
things are happening.
Facts.
And I like that and it speaks to what you just said, setting smaller goals, like planning it, scheduling, getting everything set together, and then doing what you got to do.
Facts.
If I was to ask you to share one weird fact about yourself, could you do that?
One weird fact?
Yeah. Something that you feel is unique.
When I drink out of like cups, after I finish drinking, I wipe off my mouth after like wherever I put my mouth on the cup.
You wipe the cup?
Yeah. And I wipe my mouth. On some OCD shit.
All right. Whatever works for you, I guess, right?
Yeah.
This is a self-care question.
Real shit.
Self-care question. When was the last time you gave yourself grace?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know? Dang. Do you think you're hard on yourself?
Yeah.
Why?
I had a conversation with Kai not too long ago. I'm my toughest critic. It's because like I know like if I lock in, I could be like whatever I want to be if I lock in. So it be sometimes to where like I'll be hard on myself to where like I feel like as if I'm not doing enough or the point that I'm at, I should be in a better position than where I'm at now. And like sometimes it keep me up for me, but yeah.
Okay. But have you ever thought about like you've gotten as far as you got at the pace that you've went because you were hard on yourself, and that if you were nicer to yourself, you could get somewhere further?
No.
Mm-hmm. Why do you feel like that's not the case? And that's a general question because I feel like what motivates people is different. So that's just an honest question.
I grew up playing sports.
Okay.
I never had a nice coach.
Okay.
But I got better at football. I got better at basketball as the years went on, so much so that I could play at a college level.
Okay.
And the being hard on myself and being hard on somebody aspect, I feel as if it's the reason to like my progress in those specific rounds. So like saying it's okay all the time isn't like something that's like for me makes sense. Like it got to be some type of like you're not doing enough or you could do more aspect to you.
Okay, I get that. And I guess for me, when I think of grace and I think of that stuff, I don't think of it's okay. I don't think of it's just okay. I think of, this didn't work.
Mm.
What could you do differently to get to where you need to be?
Oh,
because if I'm going to be real, like if you're going to put all this pressure on yourself to do something a certain way and not be successful that certain way 20 times and then get it right the 21st time, you might have to ask yourself, what if I told myself to try it this way 10 times and I got it right the 11th time?
But either way, you're taking a risk. You don't know.
Oh, for sure. That's why I say I'd be open to taking different risks. That's perfect. That's personal, though.
I feel you.
You know? What emotion do you think you're the most familiar with?
What emotion do I think I'm the most familiar with? I'll probably say familiar with. Okay, you mean what emotion do I feel as if that I feel the most, or that I feel as if people feel about me the most?
You personally.
Um, I don't know.
No.
I really don't know.
Like as you go through your days, or or you can tell me an emotion that you feel like was something that you've grown to understand through your life experiences.
I'll probably say like anger. Or,
And that was very easy for you to answer when I put it like that. Why?
um, because I feel as if like it's a lot of things used to make me mad. Like that's why I wish my mom was a little bit more open to talking, but she's just not, because she's not for me. But I used to have like serious like anger issues, to the point to where like I didn't care like about anything. I was a kid though, I didn't know no better, but like I didn't know where that anger came from. I was just angry, but I learned like now, like you would never guess that. Like I'm like that angry of a person, because I carry it differently now. I learned how to like preserve my anger.
You seem very calm.
Yeah,
But you said preserve your anger.
facts.
Preserve it. Where do you express it if you preserve it?
I don't.
Is that
Or I wait until like I get to a point to where like I feel like letting it go. Everybody has their breaking point.
I know, but so where do you find yourself in those breaking points?
I haven't had a breaking point yet.
Not yet.
Like I'd had meltdowns before, yeah,
Okay.
but like breaking point to where like I'm like crashing out. Like I never had like a crash out moment.
Do you feel like you have good coping skills?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you feel like? What advice would you give to people that struggle with anger?
What advice would I give to people that struggle with anger? That's hard, because everybody different when it comes to that. Because you might have somebody who angry and think I gotta kill somebody. You get what I'm saying? And for him, he might have like, that's probably like what he seen people do when they were angry. So now that he's at a certain level in life or a certain age in life, he not thinking that that's wrong. He thinking he gotta do the same thing. And what advice you get somebody like that? That's when you gotta unlearn what you learned, like to be able to manage that differently.
So, what do you feel like experiences that you have gone through to become less angry? Because anger is a very powerful emotion.
I was around. I got some people that are disabled in my family.
Okay.
People that have Down syndrome. My aunt got Down syndrome. I got a cousin that has autism. I got an aunt that's mute. So just being around them, it calms you down a lot, because you just realize that like there are people that like maybe aren't trying to cross you, or there are people who genuinely do love you. Like my aunt, I don't question if she love me or not. She has a disability. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like being around her, I don't gotta question if she's trying to play me, or if she's trying to, backdoor me or disrespect me or anything. You feel me? So, and my cousin the same, my other aunt the same. So it's like the emotions that come out with being around them is different. And then my little cousin, he 5, so he don't even know too much like about anything yet, and he my favorite person in the world.
So you can't doubt anything.
Huh?
You don't doubt anything.
Yeah.
But like that and that, I love you. I love that you said that, because that brings me all the way back to the beginning when we talked about, like you said Bridgeport and how it shapes you and people don't necessarily have your best interest, right?
Facts.
But at the same time, you still want to be the light, or you still want to be optimistic and give people the benefit of the doubt in situations, because when you don't, like, life is crazy. It makes it sound stressful, feel stressful. You know what I mean? Where you're always on like, where you feel like your head's on a swivel and you don't never ever know if somebody's being real or not.
And that's crazy because like that right there, like that, what you just said right there, like it keep me up at night because it make you question like the people around you. It make you question like I just be in my head a lot, bro. It's what I realize about myself because when I feel as if I have a conversation with somebody, like if I go into a room and it's a group of people in the room, when I leave, I feel as if they said that they talking about me. Or they probably said something negative about me. The whole time, like
Yo, it's crazy because like when I talk to like certain people, like, and I'm trying to see if I'm having a real conversation or whatever, and we're being vulnerable or whatever, and I'll be honest, like if I'm walking by a group of people or I'm walking by or I walk into a room, whatever, and if people were to laugh, I would assume that they were laughing at me.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm still gonna move how I'm gonna move and be who I'm gonna be. But you know what I mean? There's that back of my head assumption that I have to consistently try to combat.
that's a fact. That's why I'm talking about like after I leave the room too, like we could all be having a conversation about something, whatever, and then I'll leave to go use the bathroom or something. While I'm in the bathroom, my mind gonna be on, nah, them niggas, they probably in there talking about me.
So they
For no reason
so
though.
they plotting on me. Let me just go to the car right now.
It's type shit. Like you feel me? Like I just be, I don't know, but that's unhealthy though. Like I go to
Anxiety be
realize
crazy, yo. Anxiety be
that's a
crazy.
fact. And then like it rules my life a lot though. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you talk
It
to
do.
anybody?
What you mean?
Like, do you go to therapy or have
Oh.
anybody talk to?
Do I go to
Why'd you
therapy?
laugh like that?
Nah, cause do you talk to somebody? I'm thinking you talking about like relationship wise.
Oh
But
no.
I get you saying though. Do I talk to them? Nah. I tried it though.
Okay. You
I
said you
tried it.
tried it. You didn't like it?
Nah.
Okay. What didn't you like?
Like I said, I'll be in my head a lot, so I'll be thinking like the person that I'm talking to. Yeah, it's cool to have somebody who's like not involved in whatever situation that you got going on, and they're speaking from an outside looking in type of perspective. But like for me, it's like, well, that therapist goes through things too. So who's the therapist, or does the therapist just cope with it differently? So now in my head, I'm starting to think, okay, so if the therapist has coping mechanisms of their own that's keeping them mellow, then I should be able to do the same thing.
And I would say 9 times out of 10, therapists have other people that they talk to.
Okay, then who talked to them?
It's a cycle. We all have to have somebody.
Nah, you right.
It's just that somebody don't even gotta be somebody that gives us advice. Sometimes it's most likely somebody that at least gives us a space to get all that shit out before you explode. Because ain't nothing gonna come out of preserving anger.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? A lot of people find different ways to exhaust that, whether it's working out, talking to people, or some other shit. But like, you know, it's fuel. But when you don't use fuel, you could just take a match to blow you up. Have you ever experienced betrayal?
Mm-hmm.
Want to talk about that?
Hell yeah. So I got a childish one, and then I got a more mature one. Which one you wear?
Let's talk about the one that involves heartbreak.
Okay. So that's a childish one. That's a childish one.
Hey, we can't do both then. I want both.
That's a childish one. So for me, I was in a relationship with some shorty from really whole time. I met her because mind you, bro, I'm only 21, bro. So like a lot of shit is like relatively happened to me like in school, whether it be middle school or high school or like college for me. So I was with her. I met her in the 6th grade. We dated in the 6th grade, broke up in the 7th grade. Then I started wilding, having my fun. You feel what I'm saying? Lost my virginity, not to her, to somebody else.
Okay.
For me, whatever. We get back together in the 8th grade. Then I was with her from the 8th grade all the way to my senior year on some like early 2019 type time. You get what I'm saying? In that time, you feel me? I'm on some like not knowing how to react to it type shit. You get what I'm saying? Because I was a kid. That's that puppy love shit. So you sit here thinking it's real. You are like, you thinking it's real. Like, you feel me?
You
Like, this my
feeling it. You
bitch for
feeling
real.
it.
Like, you get what I'm saying? So, you know, you have the conversations about what the future may look like.
Yeah.
All type of shit. Word of Bobby, like,
That shit is jokes, so I love it.
now I could talk about it, like, in this manner.
Uh-huh.
But, bro, if you came to me in, like, 2019, 2020, bro, I'd be heartbroken. Because, like,
Stressed out.
it just happened to me. Like, now in 2024, it's like, I don't remember, like, a lot of the details. But I remember the main points, though. Word, bro, what made me feel the way that I feel, right?
Okay.
So, gang, long story short, she ended up fucking one of the guys. You get what I'm saying?
Nah.
But look though, right? I'm already knowing she started being loose with the box though. Before I found out about her being with the guys.
Okay.
How I know is I'm from the port, right? She from the port. You get what I'm saying? So people outside of school knew about it just as much as people inside of school. So I got niggas calling me like, yo, bro, I see your bitch at ooh with this person. Yo, bro, she had a car show with this nigga. Yo, bro, she had the done with this nigga. Yo, bro, she with a different nigga. Or yo, bro, this the 5th time I seen her with this nigga this day. Like, and I seen her going to this crib. I'm damn. So as soon as she left me, the box for anybody.
Tragic, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But the whole time, I'm fucked up because I'm not, like, for me, I'm thinking we gonna be with each other for mad long. You get what I'm saying? And even if we not with each other, I never thought you was the type to give it up like that. Now I look like I'm crying over a theezy. You get what I'm saying? Now I look like I'm crying over a bitch everybody fucking. You get what I'm saying? Then on top of that, my mans end up fucking with her. You get what I'm saying? He trying to keep it to himself though.
Nasty work.
Nasty. I'm like, yo,
Nasty
bro,
work.
but here's the thing though. The nigga lied to me, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, you fucking with her? Nah. All right, say no more. Time go by, they end up getting closer still. I ask him again, yo, bro, you fucking with her? No. Now I'm starting to see certain shit on Instagram. I'm getting tagged in certain things. People are sending me certain shit. I'm like, yo, bro.
Like the side eyes. You seen this?
I know what you doing, bro. Like, for me, you never used to stay after school. Now you staying after the school waiting for a cheerleading practice to be over. Who you fooling, bro?
Turn it to Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, what is it? But I'm heartbroken at the time, though, gang. So you gotta understand, I'm trying to cope with it. So I'm still like looking at her. I'm still peeping shit about her. I'm still like,
paying
feel
attention.
me? Paying attention, still locked in. You feel me? So yeah, he ended up doing that, lying to me, all type of shit. You feel me? And then, well, we end up not being cool, only off strength, cause one, before we even get to that, right? All right, not to toot my own horn because the high school shit don't matter, right? But bro, niggas in that school did not want to fuck with her, bro, at all. They only like for her. They only fucked with her, but off strength of me, if you're gonna be honest. I'm dead ass. Like, nigga, none of the niggas that was on her body after we broke up wanted her because of her.
It was until you was fucking with her. You were like, wait a second.
On some, I want to fuck with her because that's Montana's bitch. Type shit. And I know she gonna give it up because she's single now. She has no reason to say no. Unless she just ultimately doesn't want to do it for whatever reason.
It's like the situation where this should go vice versa, honestly. Because it's
What you
like
mean?
it can be situations where like you putting these shots up, right? And then when a guy gets a girl, and then he rocking with this one girl, and then it's like all the chicks that you put the shots up with come around.
Oh, no, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's different in the sense of, no. You right. But it's different in the sense of this, right? You became more active, like people start seeing you more because of the things that I encourage you to get in. Cheerleading, student gov, like steps, sports.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You get what I'm saying? And then you getting on these athletic teams all strength of, oh, for me, my real name Isaiah. Oh, you getting Isaiah, your boyfriend? Oh, he played basketball, football. Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, pull up. I'm already knowing the coaches. For me, I'm talking to the coaches like, yeah, my girl try out. Like, let her.
Yo, Monte, you're so annoying, yo.
Real shit. Like, you feel me? And then what happened? She get on the cheerleading squad.
Yeah, before we go further, you was right. This is definitely childish, yo.
As fuck.
I just want to throw this out there.
As fuck. I say it was the childish one. You said that one. This the childish joint. You feel me? I turned you up, gang. Like, I'm for me
Yo,
on some school popularity shit. I turned you up. Like, you feel me?
life
Like,
is
let's
fucking
not
funny,
do
yo.
that. I turned you up.
I hear it. I hear it.
I'm the reason you won student gov. Me.
I hear you.
You get what I'm saying?
Talk
Like,
your
let's
shit.
not. And then what really got me tight was the internet shit that I started to see and how like niggas was making it seem like I was the bad guy all the time. Like I never did nothing good. Like you was with me for 3 years and some change. I never did nothing good. It's just all bad shit. You feel me?
It don't add up.
Exactly.
But would you be able to tell me the mature one?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say mature. I'll just say like the one that's not like high school, like popularity drama related. So I had it was me and I had a friend. His name was Demetrius.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up on like playing basketball together on Sanford Ave because it was a hoop, like I said, at the top of the block. So over time we like developed like a relationship because he was older than me and I like trusted him. To like never put me in a situation to where like, you know, something could really happen. You get me? Because from the side of town that we was on, you know, you learn the politics of the city like fast. So all the things that I learned about what was going on, I learned through him. Later on, he ended up moving to South Carolina, but for me, I knew him for like 2-3 years before him like actually moving. So long story short, I'm probably like 12, 13 at the time. He probably like 18, 19. He get invited to this one party and then he like bring me with him on some like this my little man's type shit, whatever. He telling all the bitches I'm 16, getting ready to go to high school or in high school already. I play ball, for me, just so I could be in like the section with like the girls and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And not be the kid that's there. You feel me? So long story short, I end up going to the party with him and he in there, you know, talking to like a group of females, whatever. I'm thinking everything good. I'm thinking everything vibes or whatever. He end up like bringing a specific shorty over to me on some like, yeah, for me, bro. Like she, you know, I feel like I could fuck with each other. Whole time it's politics behind her name. On some like the nigga that she fuck with, don't get along with, bro. And he really like, you get what I'm saying?
He's just trying to put you in a position.
Yeah, knowing, but I'm not knowing because I don't know the people that he be around.
Yeah.
But the girl that he sent me, her boyfriend is like
on that time.
Yeah, basically.
I
And I'm a kid, so I don't know about too much of like, I know the basics. I don't know like the details of certain things. I do now because I'm older.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, I didn't. So long story short, I ended up talking to this girl, and then for me, boy ended up showing up. And then we get into like a little altercation or whatever for me to get physical. Me and dude, for me. And it was like long story short, it was the first time I ever like got jumped. You get what I'm saying? So later on, I'm starting to do my own research on like, yo, what happened? Like why, for me, I was in that situation. And it's because
he was fucking with her and he tried to put you on to make it seem like you was the one that was fucking with her?
No.
It wasn't even that deep?
No. The shorty that he sent to me, he knew she had just broke up with her, whatever, and the nigga that she be with is like a crazy nigga.
So I'm trying to figure out what was the need for him to put you with her.
Is the betrayal part about it. You get what I'm saying?
He was just like, whatever?
Yeah. So out of all the shorties here, you pass me this one knowing that it's certain shit behind her name and knowing I'm too young to defend myself against the niggas that you are into it with.
That's corny.
You get what I'm saying?
So did he leave the spot when those people pulled up?
When those people pulled up, I didn't know where he was at. I don't know if he left or was there, just didn't do nothing. I don't know. All I know was I'm 13 getting jumped and kicked on by 17, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds.
That's crazy. And they thought you was probably older than you was thought.
And they thought that I was older
16.
Because he telling niggas that I'm older and the whole time I'm really not older.
You was probably on the floor screaming, I'm 13!
No, 13. Not even.
Shit, I would have been.
Nah.
I ain't got time for that.
Nah, I wasn't. Like, I was just taking all the blows, all the kicks, all the punches, all that. For me, I got up. For me, Lord, and I walked it off.
God bless you, man.
I just had to, like, I had to.
Yo, it's funny
bro.
because I actually live in the Hollow right now.
Okay.
I don't know Bridgeport, so I don't care to find out about anything. So
Okay.
I just live.
So you already know what's going on in the city for real. You just there.
I just move how I move and mind my business.
I feel you. But yeah, that was the real one. The betrayal one was some school shit for me, but that's the word.
I got you. What 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
What 3 words? I would say comical. Chill. And comical, chill, and I'll say authentic. Wow.
I respect that last one.
Huh?
I respect that last one.
Appreciate it. I had to think about that one, but yeah, facts.
If I gave you a moment to address the people, I feel like you got a lot to say always. It could be about anything. If I gave you a moment to address the people, what you got to say?
About anything?
Anything.
So you don't want, like, it's not anything specific, like a
you could do
topic.
This is your space as Mr. Montana.
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say? No? Listen, we can go with that. That's peace. But I feel like I've personally been enjoying the reaction videos, the Mr. Montana Talks videos as well. So I guess it made me wonder whether, do you come to that stuff prepared? Is it like written down, or is just like, this is a topic that I know this has been on my mind lately and I'm about to get it off?
So for the Montana Speaks talk show that I do now, that's just stuff that I like gain opinions on after like seeing it, whether it be like headlines or whether it be like something that's happened locally or something that might be like going on in my personal life. And then like if it's like headline stuff, I'll do my research on it and develop my own opinion on it. And then I'll mix it in with like other things. Like when I get up there and actually talk. So a lot of stuff isn't written, and a lot of stuff like it be like one take. When I get into the like content creator mode, like I could just lock in and like do everything like one take. You guys got like it don't really take me a lot.
So it's about the things that you're really passionate about.
Yeah, or just feel as if I like people will enjoy like me speaking about.
Okay.
And I gained that like idea off of like from when I was doing reactions. So like for a lot of my reactions, I would just react to like whatever I seen or like music videos or whatever, freestyles, whatever. And then after that, like I'll just react to whatever people wanted me to react to or whatever people sent me. So then I'll just go, then I develop, okay, people like when I do certain things, people don't like when I do certain things. And then I just keep doing what they like and don't do what they don't like.
So what is your opinion on the whole Cat Williams interview?
The Cat Williams shit. I feel as if Cat Williams is a funny guy. You get what I'm saying? And for him to expose everybody like he did, I feel as if that's his job. He's a comedian. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be it's supposed to get that reaction out of people. Because he's talking about other people in his lane. He's clearing up the rumors. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I feel as if it was good. I didn't hate on it. Wow.
Okay, I respect that. I feel like a lot of people came out hating on it. A lot of people were talking about like, oh, Cat Williams, like the people that he was talking to, about how much more money they make, and that showed me a lot about those people.
Okay, how that made you feel?
Like the people that were like, oh, this person is worth this much money. How much more is Cat Williams worth?
Mm-hmm.
It just tells me that you're willing to do a lot of different things to be worth a lot of money, if the opportunities are presented to you.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people, for sure. But
like a nigga like Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Dressing up as Medea in them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He probably paid millions and millions of dollars as Medea.
Yeah, he put that dress on, it's a wrap.
Or Martin Lawrence with the Big Mama's house.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like, cause I don't know. I try to be I'll say I try to be, but when I talk about the people around me, it's like when I think about like morals and just how you think about life,
Mm-hmm.
because I think about how you're gonna move in certain situations, and if you're gonna put the value of money and somebody's net worth before everything, straight up, I don't need you on my team.
I feel you. I feel you. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah,
I feel as if though, like, when it comes to money and stuff, like I can understand why people like look at it the way that they do. Because like regardless, you gotta have you some paper, bro. Like
yeah,
you can't navigate this world just by like thinking like you can't have no money, but you got other things and think you're gonna be alright. Cause regardless, bro, you still gonna need to buy like essentials, food,
yeah,
clothes. You understand what I'm saying? So I get it, but then at the same time, it's like a whole different like side of it to where it's like you can't die with none of that money.
yeah, and that's why I think there's so much beauty in growing up and learning how to make do with less, and then putting yourself in a position to have excess. You know,
That's a fact. But a lot of people fuck off that money too when they
For-
first get it.
gotta learn, gotta learn. That's for sure.
Or
But I appreciate you for joining me.
facts.
This is something though, just where our mission is to bring us closer to our emotions, to understand not only who we are, but who we want to be.
That's a fact. Where like and this is cool, bro, because it's like a lot of things that like I get to speak on here. I don't really speak on like in other places, and I feel as if it's gonna be good for people to know, um, like a lot of things about me that I ain't even say for real,
Is there
like
anything you want to get off?
huh?
Anything you want to get off?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like a couple more things. So like it was like going back to like growing up on like Sanford Ave. Um, my mom's boyfriend at the time, he had like a bread truck, like not like an 18-wheeler, but like maybe like a 12-wheeler truck or some shit like that. And when we didn't have it, like he used to like drop me off places in the bread truck. Real shit, like basketball practice. You know, I was there. If you saw like that 10-wheeler bread truck pull up in the parking lot, I will literally leave practice and get into the like leave the gym, get into the bread truck and drive home. That's how I was living. I had roaches, rats, mice. We had like the raid strip that you hang on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So for like all the bugs and stuff who could get like caught in there. I told you the shit about about my bathroom, the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
The front door was fucked up. Like you had to close the door and lift it for it to
To
like
really close it,
for
you
it to
gotta
really
get it
close.
moved. Yeah.
Now imagine being a kid, you 11, 12 years old, you running late for the school bus. You thinking your door worked like a normal door. You forget to lift it.
Ah,
You get what I'm saying? And you the first one to come home after school. Your mom don't get home till later on that night. And her man, like I said, is a truck driver. You don't know when he gonna come back to the crib. So you the first person there. You come back home, the door is slightly open a little bit.
everything.
You get what I'm saying? You nervous
Everything.
to go home.
Oh
You
man.
get what I'm saying? But you gotta take that walk every day. You get what I'm saying? So of course you're gonna be with your friends a little bit more after school because you're delaying that. You're hoping that like, okay, if I walk with my friends for like 2-3 hours, I don't get back to the crib for a certain time. Somebody that I know is gonna be there. But you a kid, you're not thinking smart enough. You get what I'm saying? You just know that this is your environment. This is what you're dealing with.
You just try to survive and you learn what to do to survive in it.
Facts. Like to get in the house, like I had to walk around the back of the crib and climb up the window to get inside. People don't even know that, but that's really how I was living. Like a lot of people that I went to school with, like the person I sent you like contact, he don't know about all that. Because a lot of my friends in school, I wasn't allowing to see that side of me. I just wanted them to know what like I was going through in school. You get what I'm saying? And that was intentional though.
What do you how are you living right now? The quality of it.
It's way better. It's way better. But like I'm still used to like for me, I got like my mom, like she got furniture now, Wi-Fi busting in the crib, TV, we good. Like you feel me? It's still like fucked up in a way, you get what I'm saying? But it's better than what it was before. Like I could have company over now, but I'm
Yeah.
just so used to having the mindset of not having people over that I don't.
Yeah.
For me, but yeah, like all that, like that's what I could relate to, like a lot of people, and like a lot of people could hear, like when I speak on certain things, like where I could be coming from, because all these things, like people that I know or interacted with could like relate to.
So what was the shift in you being able to be open like this about it?
Me just getting older and like looking at the things like on some, I know like there's people who going through similar.
Yeah.
Or like and just knowing that, like, you know, like, yeah, I might have had it bad, like a lot of things like happened to me and stuff like that, but like there's always somebody that like is going through worse, and there's always somebody that's going through like that's like going through better things than you feel me? So like just understand like it ain't all that bad. You understand? Like it could have been worse, it could be better, but at the end of the day, like it happened to me, it is what it is. Or like a lot of people can relate to like not having food
Yeah.
in the crib and having to go in the kitchen and experiment with shit to make something. Like, you get what I'm saying? A lot of people can relate to going to the stores and stealing like food, not like food, but like snacks and stuff so you can eat for the right now, or like stealing like stuff for like the house, dish soap, eggs, aluminum foil container, stuff like that. So like it make it easier for like your parents and stuff. Well, my mom, like a lot of people can relate to like losing a friend, like losing a family member, like on some like AFBA stuff. I don't know if he told you about my brother. He told you about somebody that passed away.
No.
For me, so I went to school with somebody named Corbin Cooper. That was my man's. I met him in like the 5th grade. Well, I knew of him like early 5th grade. We became cool like towards the later end of like 5th grade, but like that was my man's. Like to the point like he was one of those people that I was skipping school with, like at the store across the street from school.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him became like really locked in on some brother shit, like to the point to where like we would skip school together, and then when we'll like refer to each other, we'll just say brother. Like your brother, like, but like we wouldn't call each other by like our names, like it was just brother, but we knew like who we was talking to. Like if you was in like this direction and I said brother, you would know that I'm talking to you. You get what I'm saying? It'll be a lot of times to where if I was going home and not like going to like some of my, because Achievement First and that's on the east side of the city. So I got some family that live on the east. So sometimes after school I would go to their crib instead of going all the way home to like the hollow. But most of the times, like 90% of the time, I'm walking to the hollow with him. But he lived in PT, so we were walking like the same direction, and then we'll break off after a while.
Yeah.
And then on that walk, we'll be going in the stores, doing dumb shit, talking, trying to get girls' numbers, stealing from the stores, yelling, doing whatever. We doing kid shit. We'll go to Bob's Furniture, take some candy from like the little
The
lounge
candy
spot.
section shit.
Yeah,
I remember.
Muffins, coffee, all type of shit. Leave out. We didn't like. I ain't going like. I feel this way. Like I generally feel as if me and like my little friend group at the time is the reason why. If you go to Bob's Furniture, in Bridgeport, I forget what street it's on. I think it's State Street. That same street it's in the plaza of Dunkin' Donuts across the street from Houston Tonic. That Bob's Furniture right there. You can't go in there unless you're like a family now or like
listen,
a certain age.
I'm almost 100% sure
Nah.
the kids around the hood ruined that experience for Bob's everywhere.
Yeah,
You walking home from school, going in there, getting all the candy,
and just walking
and
off.
just going out. Like,
facts.
You're not gonna do all this. And come on, it's free.
Facts.
The popcorn, all that shit.
Popcorn, all that. Like, and then we used to wait for like a couple or something to walk in, and we just be like, yeah, we they kids, so we could walk in and whatever. But I did say like he was really like my brother. Like we'll do dumb shit together. You get what I'm saying? The Montana 300 drop. We was singing these songs to each other. We was rapping it to each other. For me, this when the drill scene first came off. Chief Keef, Lil Durk. That's when we start like hearing about them. We rapping their songs. We turn up to their songs together. That was really my man, Sonny Green. Like that's my like when I say like my brother, like I'll be talking about him. But he passed away in 2018. And when I speak about him, like, and when I say like stuff keep me up at night, it be like, and when I say I be hard on myself, it be because like I be wanting to be better, knowing how like we was talking when he was still here. Like, cause I was a basketball player.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So we was talking about college, pro. We was just talking like basketball. You get what I'm saying? When I pivoted to like a different like lifestyle, like with social media, podcasting, reaction channels, talk shows, whatever. He wasn't here for that. You get what I'm saying? So I feel as if like this lane that I'm in now, gotta work on some. He would be happy for me if it did work because I figured out what worked, like what was for me.
Yeah.
Basketball wasn't for me. If it was, I'd be in the league. I do it now for fun, which is why I'm not trying to play on a team. I would play against them, whatever, but it's not something that I could see me in the league for. So I'm not gonna try to, you know what I mean? But something like this that I'm in now, I could see working for me. So I feel as if the staying up at night, the being hard on myself come as a result of losing him, a couple other people in the same year, back to back. And then growing up, you know, you lose people along the way. But like when you get older and you develop longer relationships with people and then you lose those people, then it's become like a different ball game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I appreciate you for sharing that.
Right.
Because loss is definitely something very difficult to deal with, and everybody deals with differently.
Right.
And in my own experience with loss, I've learned that like it doesn't necessarily ever go away. You know, we just find different ways to cope with it.
Sometimes, to deal with it.
Sometimes you want to cry. Sometimes you hit the gym. Sometimes it reminds you to double down on what you got going on. You know.
Right.
So thank you for that. And it's so interesting because when I asked you if you had something you wanted to get off your chest, and you was like, I don't know, I got nothing. But it sounded like you had so much to say.
Yeah, just that I just thought about it. It just came to my head.
All right. But then again, like I said, this is something to hold us, and we appreciate you for taking the time out to join us.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, man. This is cool.
All right. I'm gonna cut after this, but one thing I do want to definitely do is my plan is to follow up with my guests, typically a year after, or at minimum is the year. So after the year, anytime after, I'll try to get in touch with you and we'll follow up.
All right.
All right. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, where do you see yourself a year from now?
A year from now, I see myself still at UB. Still trying to get my degree. I see myself in a more successful space, podcasting. So having a bigger platform. I see myself doing more reactions, getting back active with the reactions, and honing in on my specific content as far as like the talk show and the reaction. And I just see myself being in a healthier space, physically. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. Alhamdulillah.
I'm not muck. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that.
You don't gotta say nothing. We good, baby.
Yo.